Most people live their entire lives on mental autopilot. They react to whatever happens to them. Something good happens, they feel good. Something bad happens, they feel bad. They're like a leaf blowing in the wind, going wherever the wind takes them. They're not in control of their emotional state. They're not in control of their mental state. They're just reacting to life instead of creating life. But here's what successful people understand. You don't have to be a victim of your circumstances. You don't have to be a victim of your emotions. You don't have to be a victim of your thoughts. You can learn to choose your thoughts. You can learn to direct your mind. You can learn to control your mental and emotional state. The first step is awareness. You have to become aware of what's going on in your mind. Most people are so busy reacting to life that they never stop to notice what they're thinking about. They're on mental autopilot, and they don't even know it. But you can't change what you're not aware of. Start paying attention to your thoughts. Notice what you think about first thing in the morning. Notice what you think about throughout the day. Notice what you think about before you go to bed. Are your thoughts helping you or hurting you? Are they moving you toward your goals or away from your goals? Are they making you stronger or weaker? Here's what I discovered. Most people's minds are full of mental junk. They're worried about things that might never happen. They're angry about things that happened years ago. They're frustrated about things they can't control. They're spending their mental energy on everything except what matters most. Your mind has limited capacity. You can only think about so many things at once. So if your mind is full of worry, doubt, fear, and negative thinking, there's no room for the thoughts that could actually help you. There's no room for creative thinking. There's no room for solution thinking. There's no room for opportunity thinking. But when you clean up your mental diet, when you start controlling what goes into your mind, everything changes. When you stop feeding your mind mental junk food and start feeding it mental nutrition, your whole life transforms. Think about it this way. You wouldn't eat garbage and expect to be healthy, would you? Of course not. But most people are feeding their minds garbage every single day and wondering why they feel terrible. Your mind needs good nutrition just like your body does. What kind of books are you reading? What kind of music are you listening to? What kind of conversations are you having? What kind of TV shows are you watching? What kind of websites are you visiting? All of this is mental food. And just like physical food, mental food either makes you stronger or weaker. There's no neutral. I started asking myself better questions, and that changed everything. Instead of asking, why does this always happen to me? I started asking, what can I learn from this? Instead of asking, why is life so hard? I started asking, how can I get better at handling challenges? Instead of asking, why don't I have what I want? I started asking, what do I need to do to earn what I want? The quality of your questions determines the quality of your life. Poor questions give you poor answers, but good questions give you good answers. Your mind is like a computer. It will give you exactly what you program it to look for. If you ask it to look for problems, it will find problems. If you ask it to look for solutions, it will find solutions. Most people ask terrible questions all day long. Why me? What if this doesn't work? What if I fail? What will people think? These questions program your mind to find evidence for all your fears and doubts. But successful people ask better questions. How can I make this work? What would I do if I knew I couldn't fail? What's the opportunity here? What can I learn from this? Here's another powerful strategy I learned. You must control your mental diet just like you control your physical diet. Every single day, you're feeding your mind thousands of thoughts, ideas, images, and concepts. Most people are completely unconscious about what they're putting into their mind. They'll spend 30 minutes reading labels at the grocery store to make sure they're eating healthy food, but they'll spend hours filling their minds with mental junk without giving it a second thought. Your mental diet consists of everything you expose your mind to. The books you read, the conversations you have, the music you listen to, the videos you watch, the people you spend time with. All of this becomes part of your mental nutrition. And just like physical nutrition, it either makes you stronger or weaker. There's no neutral ground here. I made a decision years ago to go on a mental diet. I stopped reading newspapers that filled my mind with problems I couldn't solve. I stopped watching TV shows that made me feel angry or depressed. I stopped having conversations with people who only wanted to complain about life. Instead, I started feeding my mind with books written by successful people. I started listening to educational programs. We started having conversations about ideas and possibilities instead of problems and limitations. The change was remarkable. Within just a few weeks, I noticed that my thinking had become clearer and more positive. I was seeing opportunities that I had missed before. I was coming up with solutions instead of dwelling on problems. My energy level increased. My confidence grew. All because I changed what I was feeding my mind. I developed what I call mental disciplines. These are simple practices that help me control my mind instead of letting my mind control me.